Hey, listen, happy back to school for all you parents. We've got the August stats we thought we'd share, and I'm reminded of the parable about the tortoise and the hare. And Ottawa is very much being the tortoise right now, and that's good news, given kind of the greater market climate. So anyways, here we are, July over August, a 6.2% reduction in sales volume. That's seasonally appropriate, and in fact, August looks kind of strong relative to the typical seasonal adjustments between July and August. So a 6.2% reduction in number of sales. Correspondingly, we've had a reduction in active listings that pretty well matches. So that means that we're sitting still with 3.2 months of staying inventory. So that is a market that is, characterized by a little bit of room for buyers, but the truth is it's still a seller's market. We need like over 4 months of inventory before things start to flip to where the buyers have more control. So, boots on the ground, there's still multiple offers. There's, buyers that are waiting to find the right house. It's not like a gluttony of inventory, which is, good for all. Prices are, just moderating a little bit, 687,000, 1.2% below last month. I'm not sure that's really an indication of a change in the market as much as it is maybe just a change in what's being bought. You can imagine a world where the big family homes sell in the spring, and that might boost the prices. So I don't think that's really a significant change in prices. Moving on, let's just take a look at kind of the year-over-year statistics. So sales are up 12.1%, yay. There's 4,000 realtors in the city and 1,236 sales, so do the math, and 1,103 last year. So active listings are also up 13%. So, it's a more robust market on both sides. What does that translate into? The hare I was talking about is not present. The tortoise is, right? We've got 3.2 months of inventory last year. We have it again this year. Nothing super exciting here. What is exciting here is there's incredible uncertainty in the market, globally really. Many of Canadian cities are being heavily impacted by that, and Ottawa is just kind of slipping through, doing okay. I call it government insulation, but I'm happy for it at this point. Moving on to our final slide today is just kind of an indication of where prices are going. And, surprise, surprise, there's not major fluctuations in sales volume, etc., levels of inventory. So nothing crazy on prices. Single-family homes are up about 4%. The average single-family home today in Ottawa would set you back $839,282. Townhomes are hovering around $555. Apartments are still that kind of soft spot. My hallucination about the apartments is twofold. One, money's not as cheap as it was. So that does make it challenging for first-time home buyers to enter the market. So that's one segment that's kind of struggling a little bit. Like, how do I get in with the cost of money and the prices right now? The second group in that apartment zone would be investors. These are condos that people might use as an investment property. And as the cost to carry rose, we saw people exiting that market. Unique to Ottawa, not across Canada, we have thousands and thousands of luxury rental doors going in. You see it in all the kind of, walking neighborhoods. I can see them out the windows that I'm staring at right now. So that also is probably impacting that market. That's one guy's opinion on what's happening. So what do we end up with? Basically, 2.5 months of inventory in townhomes, they're moving, 3 months of inventory in singles, a little bit softer in apartments. What do we expect for the month of September? Much the same, I think. There might be a little tick down in interest rates that might boost us. Things feel pretty solid and steady, and that's okay. Let's see what September brings.